Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of our podcast of Dice and Them. We're so excited and pumped for another episode underwater. And joining me for this exciting aquatic adventure is none other than Bambi.
I think we could do with a few pumps with all this water around.
Tove.
I'm underwater. I was expected to go first and set this joker up.
Lou.
I just noticed that your Zencaster name is Tentacool.
Yeah, very funny. Ralph.
We are gathered here to celebrate the life of Sir Gladstone Pike, who was so cruelly taken from us by an underwater horror in around 7 minutes' time from now.
7 minutes?
You're optimistic about our timescales.
Do you mean 7 rounds? Even that is optimistic.
I mean 7 minutes of us playing this game.
Fine, reasonable. What we haven't done so far is the Lou cap. Do we have a cheeky Lou cap ready for today?
We do. We have the first illustrated Lou cap, in that it has one small doodle of an owl riding an eel.
It was beautiful.
Cool. Off we go then.
Crack on.
The gang roll initiative, and the DM almost immediately skips most of their turns, which is unfair, as the dry folks just want to play Ludo. Lyosha does it for the vine, more eels appear, but Gus doesn't know that, so she summons one more to follow Asia, who has dove in. Light helps to strip Gladstone, while Lyosha gets menaced. Gladstone gets limber, and Light admires him. Jack inexplicably named the eels and makes out that it's our fault. Light uses the mushroom intercom to ask Noah how Lyosha is, rendering all of Gus's eel shit ultimately pointless. Light and Gladys jump in, and Gus is forced to be the most aquatic creature she can think of, a mastiff, because she can't swim, and then pathetically doggy paddles after the boys. There's a lot of eel-based banter, and then Lou names her water spirit Neil the Eel. Forgot to mention the horrible monstrosity. It tries to slam at Neil the Eel, but them and Light are such good friends that they handily avoid the attacks and then work together to attack some tentacles. The gang all go and have a breathe while Neil continues to have a go. Light decides to go and get pitons/pythons/petons, so Gladstone decides to go and give Neil their pack tactics back. As he gets there, unfortunately, Neil is eviscerated, leaving Gladstone alone.
Ooh.
I thought we'd do something a little bit fun to kick off this week. In the midst of all this mortal terror, you all should open up Discord, and I would like you to send me a personal message of the 3 names of the 3 eels from last week. Please. And you will be rewarded for good behaviour.
Oh my god.
And remembering the 3... Oh, there's a couple of quick ones.
That's because one of us is an editor who's listened to the episode.
That's one name. There were 3, Bambi, so I'm going to need you to try a bit harder. Their names were not 1, 2, and 3, and I am upset by that. They had beautiful names.
I haven't edited that one yet.
Those are just 3 random names that you've picked out of your arse, and none of them's right. Okay, it's clear to me that none of you remember. Okay, it's clear that you guys wanted more flavour and then have completely rejected my flavour.
I didn't even write them down.
It's possible that you didn't understand the brief of flavour there, Jack.
Giving eels names is the most flavourful
Giving
thing
eels
you can
names,
do.
if anything, it's the opposite of flavour.
Fans are going to eat you alive for this, Ralph.
I think they're on my side. The fans are behind me.
They loved Ewan, Edward, and Egan. Thank you very much. Not Isaac, Michael, and Emmanuel, or Meshach, Shadrach, and Ebangdon, or Neil, Lanius, and Bob, Ian, Dave, or Paul, or even more vehemently disgusting 1, 2, and 3. And with that,
I feel like I was pretty safe with that guess, to be honest.
All right, I'm going to retrieve my dice, and then you're all fucked. Let's do this.
My fans are smiling upon me, DM. Can you say the same?
I will say that I smiled upon myself when I took a note last week that my big monster boy has 1 hit left after destroying Neil the Eel.
Can we play that exact same game again now you've told us the answers?
No, but you were going to get inspiration if you'd have got all three right.
I still
Now-
wouldn't get inspiration even
No,
now.
you still would.
I can remember one now.
Egan.
Egan!
Edward. Oh, together we might get all three.
Oh,
Oh?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Isaac?
no!
Why would
because
it be
began with E.
Isaac?
It all began with E.
Isaac?
Isaac! I am.
They all began with E.
This
I
is-
remember that.
Let me be very brutally honest. with you.
Elfhelm.
Egan.
This is not the session to not have me on your side.
Ewan.
Ewan! Well
yes!
done, lad.
We got it.
Well done, Bambi.
Ralph contributed nothing.
So none of them were called Ian.
No, they weren't called Ian.
I was 100% sure that was correct.
They all started with E.
It could be
There's
Ian.
a very clear flavour to my eels.
I'd
Could
say
be-
really Ian starts with E more than Ewan does.
You would be incorrect.
Depends how you spell Ewan. You can spell
does.
Ewan
And
with an
Ian.
Okay,
I.
this
You
is
can.
madness.
Iwan.
This is exactly the thing that people on Reddit complain about when they talk about our podcast at length with our thousands of subscribers.
Nah.
Luckily, I
Too
don't
much
care
tape.
about people on Reddit.
So, too much table talk.
I specifically hate our Reddit fans.
Hey, people on Reddit. Fuck
Go
you.
fuck yourselves.
Oh, that's going to come back. I'm feeling anxious already. Disclaimer, I do not agree with these fools and I love everyone, regardless of whatever social media site they happen to be on. Right, this creature is
What
going to
about
attack
Truth
you.
Social? Sorry.
This creature is going to attack you. The last strike of the round. And it's coming at you, Sir Gladstone.
Me?
That's right, the duck's dropped into the water, as you hear by the plop. Don't worry about it.
I didn't actually have my notes up. That's quite fun, isn't it? It's almost it's definitely hit you, but I can't remember.
The only
what
notes you
damage it
had
was.
were the names of the eels.
Everything else is just made up as you go along.
How come you
what
get
were-
notes? Did you remember them or did you use your notes?
I remembered them. I didn't write. Okay, I did
can't-
not write down the three names of my eels. Oh, actually, no, I did. No. Okay, maybe. I mean, I did write eel 1, 2, and 3 on this. So maybe.
So Topher's
Maybe you
correct.
Maybe you get a pity point on that. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, it just about sneaks by. I mean, you can reverse those digits and you'll hit me.
14 points of damage.
Okay. Cool.
It's top of the round. It's Gus's turn. Gus, you're a mastiff. To my
Yeah.
memory, you're paddling in top of the main shaft pool,
Yep.
breathing that sweet, dank air.
Yep. Yep.
You can see that Gladstone dived down with a look of heroism in his eyes, and you can see that Light also left to go, and he said he was going to go get something to help you guys climb. And Lyosha is
Halfway up a
on the
wall, I believe.
halfway up the wall. Cool. And Azure is flying above.
Just circling.
So, you're aware that Gladstone is alone.
I'm aware that Gladstone is alone and mastiffs are not natural climbers. So, might as well not waste this wild shape. Just go bite a monster.
Cool. I'm going to give you, if you double move, I'll let you get all up in that monster's biznatch.
Alright.
Light on the lake at midnight. I will say that you have swum away, and
Thank you.
You know it's going to take you 4 turns or 3 more turns to get to your bags and everything in them, and that there is a large creature menacing your comrade.
Yes, I think as Light's diving down, he's slowly dawning on him that Gladstone is absolutely going to be devoured by the time he gets back in 6 or 8 turns.
Yeah, and in the distance he hears a gargling, gurgling scream from Gladstone, which sounds like.
Light spins around in the water, hearing that mortifying sound.
Perhaps Light also hears Gladstone's voice in his mind, which says, I'm sort of doing this as a kind of heroic distraction so you can do what it was that you planned to do. my sacrifice would be in vain.
Just to be clear, why did Gladstone's voice dramatically change? Why does Gladstone sound...
That's how Light thinks of him.
Yeah.
This is in Light's head.
Hello, it's me, a boring old man. I might have been attractive once, but I'm certainly not now.
Careful
Oh,
now.
that really got me. That got me.
Now, Light's had a week to think about this, or it's felt like a week as he's swum to the bottom of this chamber, and he hasn't arrived at a decision yet. But he arrives at the mouth of the tunnel, looks over his shoulder, sees this tiny, sad figure fighting this enormous tentacle monster, and thinks, I can't just leave them! And turns around and swims towards the monster.
Yeah, so if you double move, I'll let you get up to the monster, so all three of you are in range.
I'll like to bonus action dash to then keep my action for an attack.
Woo!
12 to hit! He hysterically misses with his dagger, spins around, gives Gladstone a thumbs up.
Gladstone just kind of shrugs.
Wait, what are you've only got one dagger, right? Like,
No, Light's got 2 daggers left. He gave 1 to Gladstone. He had 2 about his person.
okay.
Well, he had 3, now he has 2.
Okay. Alright, fine. You win this round. Lyosha, you're climbing a wall. None of your colleagues are in sight. None of your work acquaintances are in sight.
Okay, well, climb. I think Lyosha isn't so detached from reality that he wouldn't just jump in. So I imagine a nice up push off and a nice dive right into the water. Nice swan dive.
You want to give me an acrobatics?
Ah, yeah.
Swan dive!
That's a 16.
Yeah, okay. I'll say with the momentum of that and also pushing down, you get to the group. Ready with your longbow.
Longbow's still in the cave entrance.
So Gladstone.
So Gladstone takes a quick look around, sees the 2 escape plans have now dived back into combat. And so give me a quick bit of flavour on this. On
His
this.
name.
No.
Oh.
Because they're different, remember?
We've got a big maw. We've got some tentacles.
So there's sort of tentacles around. They're not like squid tentacles with suckers on it. They're just kind of writhing tentacles, quite smooth, quite nasty. And they kind of got fronds attached to them, like frilly fronds around the place. And there's this large maw with more tentacles and stuff coming out of it, and it's got a couple of large appendages on either side that are sort of slamming you with these like large, nasty. There's no like claws or anything on the end of them, but they're large things that
Like turtle flippers.
like turtle flippers, exactly. You can tell I had all this written down, which is why I'm panicking and looking around the room.
Eyes? Do we have an eye situation?
No,
No large red glowing eye.
I don't believe we do. No.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. That's the classic weak spot to go for.
Maybe it'll open when we trigger some other damage threshold. And then Albert Wesker will pass as a rocket launcher. And
That's true, I know that about from video games. That you just got to hack and slash at at each limb a couple of times each, and then the middle bit opens up so that you can target that.
skip the limb side quest and just kill the thing.
What about swimming into its mouth?
It's a bold strategy. We could see how that works, I suppose.
we may be finding out how that works regardless of what
Yes,
we try.
that's true. No, Gladstone will stab it with his daggers, attempting to get its attention. It's not his usual weapon or environment, but he did get a 25 to hit with the first one, which I feel like is probably pretty good.
Yeah, you don't need me to tell you that 25 hit. I don't know that you'll come up against anything for a long time that's got an AC of 24.
That will only do 5 damage, though.
5 damage. Puny!
And with his offhand dagger...
A new experience for Gladstone.
A new experience for Gladstone. A mere 14.
Miss.
But with that dagger that he did hit, as I say, he's trying to get his attention. I'm going to use my Unwavering Mark ability. So I find a sort of bit that looks like it would be annoying to hit. Jab at it.
With what?
With my dagger.
Is it not a bonus action?
No, it's just when I hit a creature.
Okay.
I can double check that.
No, that's alright. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it's okay.
No. Please, by all means, do the thing.
Finish explaining what it does.
Oh, this is great podcast.
I'm going to use my Unwavering Mark, which means that it has disadvantage against attacks that do not include me.
Interesting. And wait, you can do that because you hit it, right?
I did that because I hit it with my first dagger.
Perfect.
I got
That's
it in an
great.
annoying spot. I got its attention.
That's great. I would never challenge you on that. That's fine. Okay, so is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
So you've really, jerked my dick here because I was going to spread the love.
Feel free
and
to attack
act-
people other than me.
Well,
You will
no,
simply
I
have
mean,
disadvantage, and if you damage them, then I can
I
do
think
stuff
you've
to
pissed
you.
it off, and I think it's going to eat you now. I think that's what's going to happen. So
It's as toe foretold.
it's got first big turtle flipper boy coming at you. That's a 25 to hit.
Yep, you know it. You know it, baby.
Could I get a quick HP check?
HP check, 28, my friend.
Oh dear. Oh, that's pretty low actually. Only 10 damage. Wait, no. Wait. 12.
Wait.
12 damage.
Okay.
And then of course it's going to hit you again.
Naturally.
20.
Yes, my AC's 12. You made me take my armor off.
Okay, you're so lucky. That's only 8 damage. But unfortunately, you are now engulfed. So it slams you with both of its horrible turtle appendages and just shoves you towards the moor. And you are engulfed. And you are blinded, restrained, unable to breathe, which wasn't a problem. And you are in for a large amount of pain.
That does track, to be fair.
And I didn't want to do this, but you forced my hand. You marked me and you stabbed me, and
But now it can't attack you anymore. So
it doesn't have to. Trust me, it's worse.
The processes beyond this point, I think, will kind of take care of that without it attacking me. I've got him just where I want him, thinks Gladstone.
All right, top of the round, Gus.
Hello.
You have seen one of your strongest allies engulfed into a nightmare, and you can only assume that he is irrevocably, irredeemably dead,
Yeah.
as he's been swallowed in the great maw of this beast.
So I can't see him at all.
No, he has been swallowed by this enormous maw,
Ah, okay.
and he made this sound as he was swallowed.
Well, obviously that's concerning.
And the monster made this sound.
Yummy!
We can cut that out. That's fine.
Like, keep it in, it's all gold.
That bit might not be gold.
I thought that he'd been grabbed and sort of shoved somewhere with a tentacle, and I was going to have a little
Yeah,
nip
the
on
thing's
that
mouth.
tentacle. But yeah, I can't have a little chomp on his mouth.
No, unfortunately,
is the
when
issue.
it appears almost mechanically, if you get hit twice, you get eaten.
Yeah, that's not ideal, is it?
That's right, it's got limited space. Can't eat us all.
Can't
Turn
say.
into something huge. It'll get full and swim away.
then let it eat you.
You can shapeshift later.
Yeah,
I'll go inside as Gus and then shape
At the moment, I am merely medium. I'll remain a Mastiff for a bit, but I really don't want to get done because a Mastiff is not a bag of hit points. So I guess I'm gonna... I was wondering whether I could get behind it, but I probably can't.
Well, you could swim around it if you want. You could say it's preoccupied by eating Gladstone. And plus, the rules of this particular game are that you can just circle around someone and not provoke attacks of opportunity, so I think you're good.
I would like to get on top of it. I'd like to go over its head, and I would like to bite down and try and grapple it.
Okay, you want to grapple it?
I think so. I want to chomp on it and not let go, because if I'm swimming around in front of it, it can, like, eat me, whereas if my teeth are sunk into the top of its head, it's going to find it a lot more difficult to eat me.
Okay. Well, why don't you give me a contested strength check, and we'll see whether you...
I don't know why it's a contested strength check when it's the top of its head versus my jaws.
Because it
how
is a
strong
horrible
shouldn't really make a
subterranean
difference.
Cthulian nightmare, and...
It's going to undulate.
Yeah. It just feels like how strong it is shouldn't make a difference of how well I can bite into its head.
Well, if you want to make a bite attack, you can take some damage, but you can't then grapple it. I'll let you do a bite and a flavor grapple. And do a bite and a flavor grapple, and it's less likely to hit you. I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, I'm not. It's not like a grapple. It's not going to be able to do anything with me on it because it's so huge. I just
bite
wanted
and
to...
flavor grapple. Flavor grapple. Go for it. Just bite me.
Okay.
Bite me.
That is a 16 plus whatever a Mastiff has.
Oh, that hits. It's all good.
3. Is that 19? And that's going to be 5 piercing damage. Is the monstrosity a creature by any chance?
Is the monstrosity a creature?
Yeah.
As opposed to a door.
I suppose,
yeah.
It's not, sorry, I was reading creature as beast. Of course it's a creature. You need to roll a strength saving throw.
Okay. If you're going to argue that you're going to bite me on the top of the head and I'm going to have to roll a strength saving throw or be knocked prone, I'm going to fight
Yeah, I really want it to be knocked prone and to hear what that looks like in flavour terms. What the floating underwater tentacle monstrosity looks like when it falls prone because of a bite on the head.
I mean, I'm not sure it's a creature.
Yes,
It's definitely a creature.
If it's a creature, it does mean as opposed to a
door.
A door.
Piece of furniture.
Is it a piece of furniture, Jack?
I think it's going to have to lose some of its abilities if it is.
Like its ability to eat old men.
For everyone's entertainment and delight, Jeremy Crawford says if you're knocked prone underwater, you're subjected to the effects of the prone condition as normal. One way to visualise this is that you're floundering.
Yes! I hope it flounders. A flounder is a kind of fish.
This is absolutely fucking bullshit. Alright, fine. It flounders. It's confused because the Mastiff has bit it on the head.
Yes!
Jack, I'm sorry if you're not having a very nice time.
Oh, I will do in 4 turns' time.
He's cross because he's not beating us.
I'm being digested!
Alright, Light on the Lake at Midnight, you are...
With advantage.
You don't understand quite how, but you feel like this creature is prone mechanically. It's doing this comical thing. It's kind of battering at the Mastiff on its head, and it's too wambling. And as it does so, it presents this juicy little backside to you, and it kind of wiggles. And you're like, ooh,
Talk to me about juicy little backside.
a little backside. Light on the Lake of Midnight.
Light wrote the book on juicy little backsides.
Sorry, are we fighting another monster with a weird little butt?
So many creatures with juicy backsides.
Yes. It's Erin is filled. The world of Erin is filled with lots of monstrosities with cute little butts.
Light somehow resists the lure of the cheeky little backside and goes for the root of the tentacles. He's attempting to cut at its weapons.
So what do you... I will let you do damage that's specifically sort of a disarming thing.
Oh, I don't really care.
Fine. You're just flavour.
That's just the flavour.
Yeah, alright, fine. You know what,
Feel
follow through.
free to let me stop it having more than one attack.
No.
But 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
16 damage.
Oh no, my ball. You hit me, ball.
And with his offhand.
Oh no, not the other hand too.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh no.
And that's the one you're doing sneak attack on, right?
Fuck.
You've definitely got advantage. There's a dog biting it on the head.
Yes, I've already used sneak attack though, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
So double the dice, but no.
Wait, what are you
additional.
attacking with?
His offhand dagger. Yeah, not the rapier.
Not
with
the
special...
rapier, which we definitely didn't forget about several episodes ago. That is coated in a beautiful oil that Light on the Lake at Midnight put on his weapon as he entered the mine, and then hasn't used the rapier since. Would have been really good on this occasion, just FYI.
5 damage.
No, oh no. So Tove, what you do is you double the damage because
Double
it's a
the
crit.
dice.
I was making a joke about how little damage you did.
Yeah.
So 5 damage. Lyosha, provide us with some comfort in these trying times.
So obviously Lyosha's just swam down and seen Gladstone get engulfed.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like
Nom
a
nom.
total engulfing?
Yes.
Disappeared.
He has completely disappeared.
Complete engulfment.
Yes.
Okay, so Lyosha's just gonna come down and just stab it where the maw is.
You have advantage because it is bizarrely prone.
It's gonna try and like begin to like cut open its mouth
Okay.
to try and help Gladstone
Love that.
get out.
What a good team member you are.
It's a miss.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
It's a good thing you had advantage.
So with I can still make the bonus attack with the offhand.
Yeah.
Hey, 15.
That does it. Meets it beats.
Oh, how did it? The D4 go in my keyboard and it's cocked. 1. I'm
Chip.
helping.
Chipping away.
It's
Gonna
dead.
Run out of
How
space
do
in
you?
my little box.
How do you kill it?
It is Sir Gladstone's turn. Sir Gladstone, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, and it's quite an important one. And don't forget that you've got a +1 to your modifier from Thicky Thoophy.
I don't believe I have advantage. I don't believe I have inspiration from.
I don't know.
From any source.
You're the one that's really got to keep tabs on that.
That's fair. That is a fair arbitration. How does a 16 do it
Oh.
for you?
You're okay. You are still engulfed.
I suppose Gladstone takes a quick look at his surroundings. Is unable to see anything.
Why?
Because I'm blinded.
But you have don't you have the mushroom in your teeth?
Yes, okay, yeah, I do. That's true. I assume I see some sort of gullet, or perhaps
You wish you were blinded. It is nightmares upon nightmares of roiling nastiness, and if you weren't so afraid that you might be about to die, you think you would lose your sanity at this point.
Gladstone takes the mushroom out of his mouth, pops it calmly into a breast pocket.
Yeah, of his padded armor, as you actually have.
All Gambus
It's a flavour breast pocket. It's where he keeps his handkerchiefs.
Ooh, a flavour pocket.
And stabs wildly.
Yep. I'll let you do that.
They've got us surrounded. This simplifies things. That dagger doesn't find any purchase. Presumably bounces off something foul and rubbery. And that dagger also finds no purchase.
What are you hitting? What are you rolling?
I'm rolling an attack with my daggers.
What did you get?
A 5 and a 3.
total.
Well, no, an 8 and a 9 and an 11.
Okay. I was going to give him a reduction of inside AC.
That's fair. I mean, you could argue it's an automatic hit. It's all soft stuff, right?
Really impressive
Yeah.
that you missed.
The fear.
And yet, it is now the creature's turn. And the creature no longer has... But I'm going to say very clearly that because the creature has been subjected to flailing, it is going to continue to flail at this mastiff. With disadvantage, I believe?
If he's prone.
Well, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna attack you twice, and then I'm going to right myself. Oh, a natural 20. That is a 19 to hit.
That'll do it.
That is 12 points of damage.
Yeah. So yeah, in a not unfamiliar situation, 6 episodes in, you'd think it wouldn't happen so much, but there is suddenly a small halfling with her teeth in a monster.
It tastes real bad.
I think actually Gus would have to immediately let go. I'm not sure she can keep.
Yeah.
She can't keep that in her mouth.
No, and immediately remember to close your mouth and to not try and breathe.
So did the monster flail, you say?
Yes.
Did it knock her backwards at all? Or is she
I
or
reckon it
just hit her?
disentangled you throughout this whole process and just pushed you away a bit.
Okay, I think Gus will float up to the top.
Yep, that's reasonable. It's got another attack. It's going to stand up. It's going to right itself.
The calf stands up.
And then it's going to attack. Let's choose, shall we? Bambi, why don't you give me... Do you want it to be odds or evens?
Odds.
It is evens. It's coming at you, Light on the Lake at midnight. That is...
Point of order.
Please go on.
Would we... I believe we would agree that the creature is within 5 feet of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe it should have disadvantage on those attack rolls, as those attacks do not include me.
Yeah, you're not dead yet.
Does that mean double disadvantage? Because it already attacked Gus with disadvantage. Would that be like double disadvantage?
I mean... It can't attack you, though.
Yeah, that's feels like we've checkmated it.
Yeah. Checkmate, I say, from its gullet.
You know, what's really interesting to me is that we are 7 episodes into this show, and we have not had one complaint about us not being able to play the game up until this point, and that is really amazing. Everyone's really enjoyed the way that we interpret and play the game up to this point. I do wonder whether this might be the watershed moment.
Oh, my apologies. It's until the end of my next turn, and I didn't damage it with an attack.
That's interesting, because I was going to totally let you have it. Okay, got some damage coming your way. Light.
Try and hit me.
That is 13 points of damage.
What did you roll to hit?
20.
Oh, how much damage, sir?
13. Lucky for some.
Light's not for Light. Light's looking very bad.
Oh, that's good. I can get 2 of you. You did bring backup characters this week, right? I think that's going to be, we're sort of going a medium length so far. I feel like if we just kill a couple of you and then we can end the podcast forever. It is Gus's turn. Gus, you're Gus.
I am Gus, yeah. Hello.
What do we feel like Gus's breathing situation is going to be like? Does it reset because she's no longer the mastiff that was holding its breath?
No, but she's
I mean, it
also
doesn't
only
matter.
been holding her
It's
breath
purely
for 2
academic.
rounds, and I'm pretty sure her constitution is the best out of everyone's. So,
Yeah.
despite the fact that she can't swim, she's also the lightest. So I expect she'll float quite well.
Yep.
So I am still floating back up towards the surface.
Well,
Sort of-
not the surface, the top of the tunnel.
Towards the top of the tunnel, sorry, yeah, and flailing, because as we aforementioned said, she just can't swim, so she's just sort of struggling up. I am, as I swim, I am going to cast Fairy Fire.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on the creature. How big is it? I assume it's large.
Large.
Yeah, it will also affect Gladstone, but I don't think that's a problem at the moment. So yeah, it's going to affect the creature and Gladstone, and it's going to become outlined in violet light.
It doesn't do any damage.
No, it doesn't do any damage. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast. Oh, so each object is. Oh, so you've got both do a dexterity saving throw.
That's. I got a 9.
17!
There we go.
Don't know how we're gonna wangle that one.
Well, it didn't get you.
Well,
you're
but
engulfed.
my spell didn't hit. It didn't get him because he was too engulfed.
Yeah.
So the horrible monstrosity is now a delightful shade of purple, and attack rolls have advantage against it now.
This is okay. All right. Fine. It's got disadvantage. You got advantage. Let's. For how long?
a minute.
Jesus. Light.
Pretty standard.
Light, having taken that hit from a tentacle, was it? Sort of in the first instance thinks, that didn't hurt at all, and then starts to realise that the water around him is beginning to cloud with blood, and panics, and makes a slash at the creature with a dagger. With advantage? Because of fairy fire? He's like, well, I guess if it's nice and lit up. For a natural 20.
Oh!
Doing 23 damage. And then using his fancy footwork, he swims away using his bonus action to get as far away as possible up to the surface.
Yep.
Sorry, Gladstone! Sorry, Gladstone! Sorry, Gladstone!
Fine. Lyosha.
Continue hacking at the mouth. Wildly. Just trying to get it open. 18?
Hit.
It's 8 damage. Then trying to, after the short sword gets in, tries to, knife it or dagger it, and then try to, wrench or just cut anything, desperately trying to find a way in. It's 17.
Hit.
And 4 damage. And then, does anything happen to the mouth?
I will say that you have created enough of an opening that Gladstone can attempt to break free on his
Water
turn.
rushes in, drowning the Gladstone.
So Gladstone, it is your turn. You must first make a Constitution saving throw. How much HP do you have?
8.
It's an important Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Inspired by the mouth being wrenched open.
Speaking of which, I would actually like to give inspiration to someone that has dutifully played beautifully with regards to their role playing, and that is Lou, for continuing to role play the fact that Gus can't swim, even though that would be totally okay to just be able to swim, and that would be fine. So Lou, you get some inspiration for that.
Cheers.
I dig it.
Luckily, nothing bad seems to have come from her not being able to swim, so that's great.
Ralph, you've got to roll because this is starting to look really.
Dice don't fail me now. Yes! 22.
You're okay. You don't take the 2d8 plus 4 damage, bludgeoning damage from being engulfed.
Pretty good.
It's your turn. You can attempt to break free with a strength check.
Hand through the hole.
I will attempt to break free with a strength check. 11. Okay.
Fine. It is. Oh, please go on.
I assume that
Wait.
was my action.
Yeah.
So
cheeky bone.
I'm gonna have a cheeky bone. I don't like that. I hate it, in fact.
Actively dislike.
Seeing the tiny bit of light ahead,
Lowercase l.
lowercase l light,
And the very distant uppercase L light.
a spark of hope ignites in Gladstone, and he gets a second wind, regaining 11 hit points.
Smart.
Which means that odds are I might survive a failed Constitution saving throw. There's a possibility.
There's a possibility.
All
It's
things
not-
are possible
it's-
in
it's-
Christ.
One of the gods of Erin. We're just,
Yes.
yeah.
But it's spelt different. It's spelt fantasy.
The creature lashes out at the only thing it can see, which is... you didn't hit it or anything, did you? So, Lyosha, you're up, because you're the only one in range. That is a 26 to hit.
Yep.
And, that's better. 11 damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to hit you again.
Okay.
21 to hit. Ooh, tasty. Nah, full damage. Ooh, tasty. That is 19 damage.
Falls unconscious.
Oh! Yes! Fear me, mortals! Shouldn't have listened to the mushroom man.
The hole closes. Gladstone can't escape.
Okay, and that's Gus's turn.
There is no escape. Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
It's up to you two.
No, it's up to Gus. Light's not going back down there.
How far away is Lyosha?
What about the bird? Does the bird still act?
Where is Lyosha? Well, I guess
Right in
close
front
to
of
the
it.
thing.
Right in the mouth.
Yeah.
In the mouth region of the beast.
I got hit twice. That mean I get absorbed.
Unfortunately, it can only engulf one creature at a time. It spits Gladstone out to engulf you.
Well, there's no room for Lyosha with Gladstone in there.
Exactly. And Gladstone is just... How big is Gladstone, actually?
Yeah,
we're
he's
going to
about...
make it. I thought we were going to get through one.
You will never make it.
Yeah, I mean, he's about 6'7", so he's probably taking up a decent amount of the interior passageways of this beast.
Just like arm span. This is probably causing some problems.
You'd think so, but apparently not.
Yeah. Well, I shout a healing word at Lyosha.
Yeah, fuck it. That sounds good.
Cool.
Don't want to TPK you, necessarily.
Alright, Lyosha, you gain 7 hit points.
How does that work against what negatives I took? Because if it's against the negatives, then I'm still dead.
No, you go down to 0. You don't go past it in this namby-pamby version of namby-pamby TTRPG.
Easily tanked with that excess damage I did here.
Yeah. That means nothing. Overkill? Pfft.
Oh, did I get to the surface yet? I've spent 2 turns moving
No.
away.
Oh, did you move away after you healing worded?
Well, I was just kind of flailing towards the surface. I don't know if I'm flailing
Yeah, okay.
slowly because I'm.
I'll let you
swim.
because you would go upwards. So yeah, you probably break the surface. You healing word and then go. Yeah, it's fine.
Just for spell purposes, how far away am I from everyone if I'm at the surface?
About 60 feet.
Okay, cool.
Light on the lake at midnight. You're fine.
He's not fine. He's pretty fucked up, to be honest.
You got a healing potion you're gonna swig?
He does not, no. Light breaks the surface, paddles to the edge, and tries to climb upwards.
You must have a healing potion.
I do not. Also, he doesn't have his bag with him, so even if he did...
Oh yeah, fair. You mean your healing potion's in your bag, not jauntily about your waist?
He doesn't have a healing potion.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Light is discreetly trying to get away now.
Just like horror, like clawing into the walls, like scrambling upwards. You do see about halfway up, about where Lyosha got to, the remnants of a sort of decayed, bitten away, decaying, rotting wooden staircase that you think you could probably climb to if you wanted to.
I think he's thinking trying to get up to the entrance to where we think the tomb is.
Yeah, so this staircase that starts there goes upwards, goes past the 4th level upwards.
Okay, then yeah, he goes that way. Thinking maybe there's some magic hand of God item in that tomb.
Thinking,
Yeah.
surely nothing bad can happen from circumnavigating a big fight to another area.
Although, to be clear, that would be the way that Noah told you not to go.
Okay, I've lost the mental image of the map in
Right.
that case.
Let me bring you back to the map.
So from Noah, we could have gone across the shaft
Like
to
this. So you were
to
here,
the tomb.
Is that where Noah was?
Noah was here, and
Yeah.
Noah said you can just walk straight across, but that would be a bad idea.
Well, that was blocked,
said-
right? We came down from level 2 down to level 3, thinking, oh, this is the tomb, but it was.
Oh,
there was
yeah,
a
yeah,
cave
yeah.
in.
So you could go across there like that and come
Right.
up,
Okay. Yep.
and that would be a bad idea.
Yep.
What Noah suggested is what you've done is you've gone down in this horrible tube down into this level, and you've swum across here, so this is where all this fight is happening.
Yep. With you so far.
And you could go across here and up this auxiliary shaft in the back. And so you think that would circumnavigate the warning that Noah gave you. Now, Noah's been a fairly solid guy up to this point.
Yeah, I would have changed many actions.
Really? What would you have changed?
Would have swum past the creature rather than.
I'm allowed. I'm happy to retcon that if you want.
Okay.
Like, so when you were saying, "Oh fuck, I got to get away with your dash," you want to swim past the creature and go towards that auxiliary shaft. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, how can we make this sound good for podcast purposes?
How's this? Okay, so you're in the main entrance to the main shaft, fighting the creature. You know you've got to get past it to get up the auxiliary shaft. So instead of doing what Light did last time, escaping to the main shaft, what you could say you've done is swim past the creature and go up the auxiliary shaft. I'd be happy to retcon that if you wanted.
Yes, I think that's where Light is trying to escape to.
Fine. So in which case, I'll give you, if you've swum through that part in the last turn, in which case this turn, if you swim into the shaft, you'll be able to break the water on the other side in the auxiliary shaft. And as you go up the auxiliary shaft, it's much smaller than the main tunnel, but you can see around the outside is wooden steps all the way up. So you see them leading all the way up to you see it out of your eyesight, you see it leading up. But you can use those to sort of help climb yourself up out of the water.
Yeah, I think his immediate action is going to be to haul himself out of the water.
Yeah.
And probably collapse to catch his breath.
Yeah, you have done so, and you are where you need to be. Not where Gladstone needs you to be, or where Lyosha needs you to be.
Well, someone's got to
you need to
survive.
be.
Someone's got to
Someone
tell this
has got to.
story. Otherwise, there won't be
Yeah.
a podcast.
Yeah, someone's got to actually get to the final boss of this dungeon. Right, Lyosha, you're up.
It's going to pry open the mouth to give Gladstone a place to escape through.
Right, I will give you a single attack, which if you hit, you do a bit of damage, and you give Gladstone advantage on breaking out. How's that?
Good for me. Just comes back into consciousness. Just so singularly motivated to get Gladstone out. As if nothing happened, just begins attacking the man.
Now there's a party member you can rely on.
And the creature's like, whoa. I have messed with the wrong dwarf here.
That's 15.
If it meets, it beats.
And then that's 8 damage.
Okay. You've transferred advantage onto Sir Gladstone.
And then, because Lyosha's attacked the creature, he can move away, not incurring an attack of opportunity.
No. I'm not going to give you that. You can have it. You can do that if you like, but Gladstone won't get advantage if you.
He needs to be lit up, so it's like
Yeah,
the
you're sort of
sword
like
is
prying
in,
it open.
And
Yeah.
that's yeah, I like that. I like that.
Sir Gladstone, I implore you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. You haven't failed it yet, so I'm sure it's really easy. You'll just pass it again.
14.
If it meets, it beats. Or That could be it. That could be it. That could be the difference. You now get to make a strength check with advantage to break out.
Dirty 20.
You emerge victorious, pushing yourself out of the creature's mouth.
Underwater high five.
Bruised. Battered, bruised. And
I mean, this is probably a manly forearm grasp moment, isn't it?
yeah, bulging biceps in the padded armor.
Take a quick glance around. Would I be able to see Gus down the tunnel?
Well,
Or
that's
Gus
a question.
is-
So, Gus, do you want to retcon, Lou, do you want to retcon similarly to Light, in that knowing that you had to get through this part, when you floated upwards, you might have just tried to push yourself towards that auxiliary shaft instead of back into the main shaft?
Yes, however, I think that it's not realistic that Gus would have managed to get as far as Light. I think
No, I
if
think
she's
that's
floated
fine.
if she's floated towards the top of the tunnel, I think she can probably claw her way along the top of the tunnel.
With the stalactites?
I mean, that gives areas to push off.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's far more likely.
Yeah.
She can't
Okay.
swim, so she
Yeah.
needs to push.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the initial impetus was it backhanding you away.
Yeah.
So we could just say it luckily
Keeps doing that.
backhanded you in the right
Well,
direction.
and you push her off the stalactites and things. So you're making. All I'm saying is you made your way in that direction instead of back into the main tunnel.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Gladstone, you see Gus disappearing into the distance. You don't see Light. You assume that he is dead.
I mime cat ears to Lyosha.
Lyosha shrugs. He was unconscious.
Fuck!
You assume that Light on the lake at midnight has perished. You see a single blob.
That
of
may
fur
yet
just
come
floating.
true.
A single blob of fur just floating in the air, in the water in front of you.
But you do see a pretty gnarly gash down its back from that crit. Like, that was, if he is dead, he died well.
I move towards Gus. I don't move towards Gus. What does Lyosha mime to Gladstone that he obviously wants him to do?
Take me with you.
Lyosha looks pretty banged up. He looks really banged up. If you were to
Yeah.
swim away, you would just be...
Condemning him to death.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it.
You can see lines of just blood just streaking out of Lyosha's face upwards.
Would
all right.
Gladstone just swim away from the party member that just saved his life?
Right, well then Gladstone signals Lyosha to break off and retreat.
We're back in square one!
No, to get up the
Yeah.
tunnel. We're not gonna kill this thing.
You look at it, Gladstone,
Yeah.
and it looks like it's sort of slightly impeded and it's been hacked at and it looks weary at you, and there is one eye now approaching and it looks bloodshot and it's like... And part of that eye, you look into it deeply and you get the feeling that it's trying to say, "Kill me!"
That's the DM saying, "Kill my thing I made! I made this thing for you to kill! And you're all running away!"
All right then. Was escaping my action? Then I'm gonna action surge.
Ooh, wow, fighters are amazing.
Dude, I've now done the two things fighters can do because I've not got multi-attack yet, and I'm going to strike at it with my dagger with advantage for a 21
Hit.
for a 7 of damages.
And you just hear it say, "Yes!"
As he...
Attacks back.
As he attacks back.
He
Yes.
engulfs
And
Gladstone again.
I have, of course, unwaveringly marked it.
Right. Are you do you? So
What about
explain
your
to me
other
what
hand?
that is.
So what it is I have I've basically given it a rolled up newspaper across the nose. I've annoyed it. I've got its
Fine.
attention. It is focused on me.
Do you have a bonus action with which to stab it with your other dagger?
My bonus action was an action surge
Oh, it's a bonus action, isn't it? To give you a big old juicy
Real
real
action.
action.
to give me one action.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yes. Here's the thing, though. We're all saying, like, oh no. But we're in this situation. Lyosha has, like, 8 hit points. I have 18 hit points. 7 hit points. I have 18. This is the correct thing to do.
Correction. You have 4 hit points.
Oofy doofy.
Do I hit Gladstone again and kill him?
Probably not, right?
Do
You'd
I
probably
hit?
try and hit Lyosha.
Well, I don't know.
Losha's
two
done more
tentacles.
damage to it recently.
Losha has stabbed
alright.
him in the mouth a lot.
Lyosha it is.
Sorry, Losha.
With disadvantage, please, Jack.
That's 21 on the first one.
Ah, come on, it's all so high. That sounds like a lot. I think it's hit.
This is a tweener. This is a real tweener. I think you're okay. 13.
Oh! Soaks it up. Definitely swims out of the way, never in doubt.
What kind of armour is Losha wearing?
I just never took off. Just got in, swam with it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Heavy male.
Unarmoured, it doesn't hurt him.
Mid-swing, its terrible red eye just glances over to Gladstone. Gladstone's eyes flash white, distracting it momentarily.
He's like, and the monster goes, "Oh, you're a tall glass of water, aren't you?" It is Gus's turn.
Visible confusion.
Yeah, it's broken down. The amount of pain it's suffering is driving it to madness.
Psychotic break. Go on, Gus.
There's so little I can do. A flailing little girl that can't swim and is pushing herself along a roof.
Well, I'll let you get out the auxiliary tunnel this turn if you want. Get up where Light is. Maybe heal him.
Oh yeah, Light's gone up, hasn't he?
Yep.
So Light would have gone past me, so I would probably follow.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sort of blindly shaking out, not really knowing what's going on with water, but if Light's gone past me, at least I've got a vague direction.
Yeah. You could also have ridden Light out of there.
I mean, yeah, if we hadn't had the magic of the retcon, Light might have seen Gus struggling and helped her, but nah.
Meow.
Yeah, I mean, he's panicking.
Yeah, get out of the water this turn, and you've still got an action left if you want.
Oh, okay. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Light, do you need healing?
Light is catatonic in a ball on the whatever platform we've hauled ourselves out onto.
Just a large wooden stair.
Fair.
Dripping, making a slowly increasing pool of water and blood on the wood.
Aw.
Is it mostly water or mostly blood?
Still breathing. Probably mostly water.
Okay.
Alright. Well, Gus isn't a natural healer, but, you know, today's a spell day.
You probably got a potion on your belt, haven't you?
Yeah, but probably should save those for an emergency. I'm going to cast... I don't use spells very much. Let's just go for it. Let's do Cure Wounds. Let's just go mad on spells. And you can have Light on the Lake at Midnight. Some hit points that I shall roll using a D8 that I definitely have. Ooh! 8 on a D8. You may have 13 hit points, my friend.
That's more than I got back from my short rest, I think. Light rolls over, takes a deep breath, and his eyes seem to sort of focus, and then he sits up, looks at Gus, and says, Did we just kill Gladstone?
I don't think so. I shouted at Lyosha and he got better, and Gladstone looked like he was okay.
I'm pretty sure Gladstone was still engulfed at that point, wasn't he? Did you see him come out?
Well, I was moving away at that point. Yeah. Is there anything we can do to make Lyosha and Gladstone's escape easier?
Light looks at his daggers. There is one thing I can do, I suppose. But it's not my turn, so...
It's your turn. You're up.
Okay, I feel like I can act now. He dives into the water.
Oh God! I didn't mean that. And Gus is like stood on the edge by her own going like, I didn't mean go back in. But Light's already gone.
The guilt got to him.
Acrobatics. Hit me, baby.
It's a 17.
I'll give you a good old dive into that old murky water. And if you do a move and a bonus action dash, I'll say you get there.
We could even say I use my feline agility if that catatonia was enough to regenerate that.
Yeah, well, and the healing and everything. So I'm going to give you one action.
And that action is going to be an attack.
You also have advantage.
Yes, I do. 23.
Hit.
That's 11 damage.
You hurt it badly. It screams out in pain.
And he turns to give a thumbs up to Gladstone and Lyosha again. And presumably has used all his movement to get there, so can't move away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Lyosha, you're up.
All in. Right. Attacks. Short sword. No worries. No healing.
To be clear, it has 2 attacks. Each one does 2d8 plus 4 damage.
It's okay.
It's almost like there's no point healing.
Yeah.
I like to feel like as Gladstone was stabbing him, Lyosha just wouldn't let go because he's just kind of shocked and he's run out of that was his one singular purpose, and now he's just
Gladstone's holding on. To
now the
Lyosha.
moment kind of starts to creep in as to what's going on around him,
Oh my god.
and because simple is simple does. Just starts hacking at the same spot at the mouth again because that's the only thing to do. Okay. 22.
Hit.
7 damage.
Why don't you go ahead and describe how you've killed this creature?
In just an absolute fit, because it feels like it's Lyosha's last sort of gasp of an attempt to try and finish this creature before him and Gladstone are killed, basically. He just starts stabbing it wildly, just in this maw, desperation with no idea as the creature's just, I guess, flailing and twitching, and he just stabs it. And I like to imagine that Gladstone has to just put a hand on his shoulder. And then he looks at Gladstone and then just begins to calm down, and if he could take a breath he probably would.
You have killed the mighty creature at the bottom of this mine that has plagued you, nearly taking 2 of you, all 3 of you, down with it. And that is where we're going to leave it this week.
It's close.
Is what my character would say if we weren't underwater.
Gus will say is the only character who's not underwater.
Gus doesn't know.
Gus hasn't got a clue though, so
Gus is like,
should I go? But I can't get there. And that she's just kind of fretting that she's gone and she's not sure she can get there in time.
Yeah, she's fucked if we all die.
Oh yeah.
She has to grind XP until she can wild shape into something that can swim.
Or fly, yeah.
Yeah, or fly.
Thank you for listening to Of Dice and Them. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a review on your favourite podcasting platform and subscribe to be notified as soon as new episodes drop. In the meantime, give a follow at Of Dice and Them on Twitter and Instagram, where you can also find out where to follow our cast. And see you next time.
Snyder's Return is a tabletop roleplay interview and actual play podcast We chat with content creators from both mainstream and indie publishers, and we release actual play episodes of systems like our City of Mist game, Meddlers, Monsters and Madmen, and more games coming in the future. We also have a TTRPG review show on YouTube, Fly Like a D6. Come and check us out. You can find us on Twitter at Return Snyder, Instagram Snyders_return. You can find us on YouTube at Snyder's Return, Discord, and everywhere you get your podcasts.